when we're working with a client, we need access to their tech stack. We need access to their website, their Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager, a bunch of stuff, including their domain and hosting. And sometimes it can be really difficult for even the client to know who has access to what, where their stuff is hosted, what technologies they use. So that's one of the use cases for this tool called BuiltWith. And it's one of my favorite tools. It's super quick and easy to use. I'll walk you through some of the things that I do with it, like what I just described. It's also really helpful for you to do maybe competitor analysis. So if you're looking at a competitor and you're like, I like their website, what did they build it on? You can use it, to look at that. There's a bunch of other reasons to use it. Like if you wanted to download a list of all Shopify stores out there and then try to prospect them using another tool, you could also use it for that. But for this one, I really just want to know where stuff is, what technologies they're using, what tech stack they're using, because sometimes they use cool stuff. And also for me to play detective a little bit if I need access to a client's tech stack. So this is not a client of ours. This is just where I buy my t-shirts, a company called Cuts. So they have this site. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I want to see what they're using. Are they using, well, let's just go see what they're using for their tech. So I go to BuiltWith, I just paste that in there, look up, and then it gives me access to what they're using for analytics, what they're using for a bunch of other stuff. So in this case, they're using Klaviyo, which is an email marketing platform. So I know sort of what they're, if they were a prospect, I'd be like, okay, they use Klaviyo. We are familiar with Klaviyo. They use Hotjar. So maybe I remind myself to ask for Hotjar to see what kind of analytics or what kind of usage statistics they might have, heat maps and so on. They might be running some split tests with Google Optimize. The ones that I look at, I'm like, they have Google Analytics, Facebook. At some point, they were running search ads because they have the conversion linker. So that tells me that they were running Google ads, Bing ads. They're probably the Facebook conversion tracking. They're running Facebook ads. So it tells me a lot. They're running Twitter ads probably, or at least it was set up. Scroll down to the bottom. They use Slack. They have Google Tag Manager, so maybe I need to request access to that as well. Again, this is assuming this is a prospect that I often do in a sales conversation. But here I can see that they're using Shopify with a bunch of other shop details. Let's keep scrolling. So if they weren't using, let's say they were on a WordPress website, it would tell me here somewhere as I'm scrolling, it would tell me they're using WordPress and they're hosted on GoDaddy or they're hosted on Google Cloud or AWS, whatever the case may be. Let me scroll down a little bit. If they have a different content management system, it'll also show you that. They have a lot of stuff because they're pretty sophisticated. They run really cool ads. Scroll down. Anyway, you can see a ton of stuff. Here's a content delivery system, as well as maybe where they have their domain would be somewhere in this list. So really quickly, actually, web hosting providers. Here you go. That's where it would show me. And so then I can ask them, hey, give me access to your stuff, and we can speed up the onboarding process. But also, this is really cool because they're a company that I look up to, and they do. I like what they're doing. It's sometimes cool to say, all right, well, they're using Klaviyo. It looks like a lot of people are using Klaviyo for e-commerce. So if you're trying to decide should I use Mailchimp or Klaviyo, and you see all your top e-commerce competitors are using Klaviyo, then go with Klaviyo because it's probably the most mature platform and it's what everybody else is using if it makes sense for you and your budget.